Hi there, it's Karen, and I made a wonderful raw macaroni and cheese dish earlier, and in the process of doing so, I scraped out zucchini seeds, and I don't like to throw anything away, especially when there's a very wonderful high nutrient profile to the food. So I'm going to utilize that today, and I'm going to make a green soup. It's essentially a blended salad. And the reason why, it's a good idea to add these blended foods into our daily diet is because they're essentially pre-digested. So it allows for greater digestibility and for your cells to utilize the immense amount of incredible alkalizing nutrients to give the fuel for the cells and also to help with removing cellular waste in a timely fashion. So today I'm just going to throw this together in my Vitamix. It's a high-speed blender that will pretty much pulverize anything, and it only, it's a snap. It only takes seconds to do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put 2 cups of filtered water into my Vitamix carafe. And to that, I'm going to add the leafy greens portion. I've got about I would say 2 handfuls of spinach, and then 2 good handfuls of Swiss chard, and this happens to be rainbow chard. It doesn't matter whether it's white, red, or rainbow. They're all nutrient dense, so whatever you can get your hands on, go ahead and grab those. And then we're going to add about 1/4 of a bunch of cilantro or coriander. Push that down into the carafe, and we're going to blend that up first. It helps to actually liquefy this first so that everything, once we've incorporated all the other ingredients, it creates this beautiful smooth soup. That's blended up really well. So let's go ahead and start adding some of the other ingredients. I have 1/2 of a small onion, or 1/4 of a medium to large onion. Just plop that in there. 1 whole lime that the peel has been removed. 1/4 of a jalapeno. I had made a kale salad earlier, and I had the stalks, so I don't like to throw those out. I'll either juice them or I incorporate them into this soup. So we'll throw those in there as well. I have some celery, about 2 ribs of celery. I have a little bit of some turmeric root, fresh turmeric root. This is organic, so I'm going to leave the skin on. Again, it has an amazing amount of nutrient value in the skin as well. So we'll throw that in there. I have this gorgeous tomato. Oh my gosh, it's so ripe and delicious. It's a vine-ripened tomato. I'll just cut off the little cap with my nifty little tool. Just scoops right out of there. And I'll quarter it to make it a little bit easier for the blending process. Throw that in. I'm going to use 1/2 of an apple, and I have an apple corer. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. They're very inexpensive, and they're a very quick tool. Just removes those seeds in a jiffy, and we'll just slice that in 1/2. We'll quarter it. And throw that in the blender as well. And then I had mentioned earlier that I had the seeds and some of the pulp from the zucchini that we used earlier for the macaroni and cheese dish, and we're going to go ahead and put that in as well. And with these high-speed blenders, you can really fill up that carafe to the top. So let's get that blending. And there's my lid. Okay, that looks really well blended. And to that, I'm going to add a few sprigs of fresh thyme. You just take the sprig and you just pull down like so, and go ahead and put it in the blender. The tips are very tender, so you can actually put the whole tip in there. The woody bits I wouldn't throw in there. I mean, they would be pulverized, but I don't know. I just like to use the tender parts. And I would say this is probably about 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme that I'm putting in. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of cumin. I like the Tex-Mex flavor profile that this lends to the soup. And then I'm going to add a little bit of kelp granules. Kelp is really an incredible sea vegetable that has a naturally occurring iodine that helps to support thyroid function. You won't taste it in the soup. I happen to like sea vegetables. I think they're really delicious. Some people aren't so keen on them, so you can actually hide the flavor in this soup. And just a teeny tiny pinch of pink Himalayan salt. The reason why we're using this is the minerals are intact in this salt. It has been solar dried or sun dried. It hasn't been chemically manipulated at all, so our bodies can actually use these incredible minerals efficiently. So let's go ahead and blend that up a little bit too. And the last step is avocado. I'm using half of an avocado. This lends a very healthy fat. It also helps the body to utilize the minerals, to uptake those minerals. And a really good healthy fat is important for nerve support as well. It helps to comfort the nervous system. I'm not saying to eat a high-fat diet. What I'm saying is to add some very healthy fats into your diet. And this happens to be one of the best. So let's scoop that out. Just grab your spoon and scoop it out and plop it in there. Now this is a 64-ounce carafe, so Scott and I are actually going to each enjoy a quart of this soup ourselves. And we pretty much have this every day, or at least every other day. It's part of our daily alkalizing plan, and it's so delicious. It's a great to-go food. You know, it's fast food. You can carry it with you, and it's very satisfying, very satiating. With the avocado, I put it in last because if you over blend it, it will become sort of frothy and mousse-like, and I personally don't want my soup to be like mousse. And another thing happens, if you overblend an avocado, it develops a really funky flavor. So I don't. So just like that, very quickly. And now I'm going to taste this. See if we need to make any seasoning adjustments. I make this so often, I'm pretty sure I don't have to. Probably just a tad bit of salt. There we go. Another quick whirl. All right. Again, let me taste that. Perfect. Okay, so I grab a mason jar, pour it in there, and this is 32 ounces, this is a quart. It would take you forever to sit and eat a salad that size, so this is just really maximizing as much nutrient value as possible for your cells. You want happy cells, and happy cells make happy tissues, and that creates vitality and optimal health. So I'm going to top this with some soaked, sprouted, and dried pumpkin seeds, or pepitas. Just add a little bit of that. Pepitas are really amazing for getting rid of parasites. So having a little bit of pumpkin seeds daily helps to rid the body of parasites. And you can also grind them and sprinkle them on your pets' food as well. They love it, and it helps to remove parasites from their body too. I'm also going to take another sprig of the thyme and just sprinkle it on there. So yummy. I love fresh thyme. I love fresh herbs. I use them as often as possible because they retain their essential oils, and that's where a lot of the beneficial healing properties of the herbs are. So there we go. This is beautiful. You just put a lid on it. If you're in a hurry, put your lid on it and take it with you, and you can just sip on it, throughout the day, or, in an hour's time. You still, even though it is a pre-blended drink, you do still want to chew, because when you start the chewing, then you activate the enzymes that are necessary in breaking down and starting the digestion process. So, happy, green, smoothie, savory soup day. Enjoy. And of course, this is a basic recipe. You can change the flavor profile of it. It's entirely up to you, but I encourage you to do this on a daily or every other day basis. It's so good for you, and I love you. And if you are enjoying what you're seeing here, if these recipes are helpful for you, please subscribe. I am going to be doing a lot more recipes to come, and just, a lot of health tips along the way. So you have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.